So St. Ben started in 1970 as a meal program. Before that, it was a church for the black people. Up until civil rights of 1968, this was strictly a parish for the black people, and it was also a boarding school for the black people. So up until 1968, when everything was segregated, the blacks did not have a place to go to church or to go to school, so they came to St. Ben's for both of those. 1968, when the riots took place, people scattered from this area, so we closed the school in 68. We were ready to close the school in 1970 when a group nearby came to us and said they needed a place to serve a meal. That group was the Catholic Worker Movement. They're a group that follows the life of Dorothy Day. They dedicate themselves to living simply and serving others, but they don't take the vows that the religious people take. They just dedicate themselves to so many years of however long they want to be in the Catholic Worker Movement. And so they were feeding people out of their front door and around their dining room table. Well, they could only feed so many people, and their lines got long, so they came to us in 1970 and said, "Can we use your hall as a place to serve a meal?" We were delighted because it bought us a couple more years to figure out, well, what do we do with this church? How can we close it in a good way? Because the school was already closed. We were set to close the church. We just didn't know quite how to go about it. So in 1970, we started the meal program, and we thought it would be just a temporary meal program for a year or two. 44 years later, we're still going strong.